sort of broken my structure, and it makes it very difficult to move even way more. So that I can get fully free, so I need to. So we could, one way to lean more is to adjust the grip to the wrist, so she has more distance to go. So I need even more from the head, from heavier than I look. Even more, yeah. Here I'm free, so now I fix my shape, and she can work on what does she need to get free. Is she free? Yeah. Great, so play around, go slow, you always have hold it up, you can put it back down to save yourself. Sorry, here. Have you pulled your arm off there?
No, it's okay.
Oh, yeah. You want to go first? Yeah, and then you keep your shape. And make sure that right. Do the other. I just have to go a little further so that I can get up. Right? Try both sides, of course, in your own time. Is to just trust and fix the shape. Try not to change anything.
I gotta lean more.
Yeah, so now you just stay. You're leaning a little further out. And now you just stay as I come from. Yeah, we got to stay there. Sorry, we'll get picture perfect. So nice.
Good.
Excellent. Yeah, it's just that committing. But it's like a little bit scary, but it's just sticking over the neck. So stick in your shape. Try the other side. Nice. Working well? Great. So that is a counterbalance. And we might come back to that, but it's a kind of a concept or a foundation used in a lot of different positions and postures. And we also stack things and make the same pyramids. So we can play with some basic drawings with our partner. Or do you mind if I keep using you? Do you mind to make a reverse table position? So the ankles underneath the knees hip distance, and we're really trying to keep the hips lifted as opposed to being down here. So if you can make that sheet for me. I come from the side, and I put the round part of my head on the round part of her shoulder. I check her alignment. If she could bring her hands in a little closer together, great. If the shoulders won't allow, no problem. But we really want to have one joint on top of another joint so that my weight goes through her bones into the floor. Maybe this back just a tiny bit. So one hand, one foot, other hand, and lift like that. How are you doing down there? Okay. She's okay, so we communicate. We have a special word in acro that is down. At any point, for any reason, she gets a cramp, she hears her phone ringing. She says down, and I know there's no questions asked. I just come down as quickly but safely as possible. This is a pretty basic one, but you can imagine if this had 3 people in it, or if it was a more precarious balance, that down needs to be respected. Yeah? Give it a try. Feel free to mix partners. Similar size is the most straightforward to begin with. Did I just Great. If you don't mind walking in with a just so I can walk around and see. You want to go this, or you want to be better? With the shoulder, you go over. Yeah. Sure. Solid? Yep. Yeah. Just need to tell me. Sorry. So what did she do? What did she do first? And then that left leg on his left leg. Yeah, I'm good. Sure. Okay. Worst case, we land on the right hand on his shoulder. Yeah. So shot it. Let me push down there to lift the other foot. Great. More on my shoulder, not on my wrist. You okay? Sorry. Yeah. This. Yeah. You okay?
Let's see.
How's your shoulder? The more you push into that foot, the lift it up, slide your hip. Yeah, like this.
Okay.
And your hips up. one leg.
I never did side.
Yo, I can't do Did everyone have a chance to try that?
Yeah.
Great. We'll take a look at a different stack with a plank position, like a high push-up position. Can I keep exploiting you? So if you would make that plank, and then her ankles are my shoulder distance. So as the flyer, the person on top, you can adjust. And I put my shoulders over my wrists also. I point my toes. So I'm on the top of my foot, and I squeeze my belly so that I'm in one nice tight plank. And how does it feel? Great. I don't know.
I think that was
Is it incredibly heavy?
No.
Great. So you can take a break. When I engage everything, I make myself quite light. If I'm soft, I become quite heavy, and it's not so enjoyable as the person on the bottom. So I really push down into that first leg to lift the other leg, and this gives me a sensation of really being in the abdomen or in the core, and that makes it feel much better for the person on the bottom. So communicate with each other. Have this constant dialogue of how does it feel? You're okay? Yeah, great. Give it a try. I'll start there. I'll check my alarm.
Sure. That's your, yeah, your hand there.
It needs to be your
Just
way.
bring your body to the floor, I think. And this, yes, perfect.
Great.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay, everybody good?
Okay, coming down. Over you good? Yeah.
Great.
Okay, there. Down there.
Okay.
Okay. 5, 4,
Good. 20 kilos.
2, 1, go down.
So if the person is longer, it's more.
Their feet might just hang off.
That's good.
Yeah, feet might be up here, but it still works.
I like,
Don't delete that.
That's great.
Good.
Yeah, and you can put the third person. If the arms are straight and the joints are stacked, it's still using a structure. Like a little more to your chest, right? Yeah, you can drop it all the time.
creo que puedes bajar un poco la frente.
And you want to Yeah. I'm Canadian, I was up here and in Spain. And already, and then going back to again, the first time.
Okay, I couldn't get my other leg.
Rings the bell. Have you done it?
Just take your time.
Take one last look at their last stride.
Yeah, very good.
The next one we'll do with a downward facing dog. And that gives her the traction. We're connected in the low back, so that gives her the traction. And then I can come here. This is kind of medium chest opener. This would kind of be no chest opener. And this would be a little too early for me. for that much, but you can choose how much you want there. And when I come out, I'd be mindful that I'm leaning on a human and not a piece of furniture. So I want to come out gently as well. If you feel a little bit stuck, feel free to say, help, help, and I'll come help you out. But remember that we want to be giving them this type of direction input with our body. A little break. Can you guys handle two things at once, or is one enough? Two? Yeah? Can you handle the vagina for later? So same, but different. Quite different. As usually is when the time say that to you. I want to use her hip bone, so you can palpate a little bit with your hands to feel like where is the crest of her pelvis here. And then I'm going to put my hands directly in front of hers, And I come from the side, then I put the arch of my foot on that hard part of her pelvis and the arch here. And then the same thing, I want to push with my legs up and back at about 45 degrees. So she should be feeling that same sense of traction. So you guys maybe don't see it, but I'm directing up in this way and she gets some length in the spine. How does this feel? Great. Great. So they should feel really juicy for the person on the bottom. Check with them that you're not just sitting your weight on top of them, but that you are giving them that little bit of traction. Yeah. Whatever you like. Is it okay?
How's it going? Maybe your feet are too wide for it.
Do you know a lady named Caroline Cohen?
Yes. Very well.
And she was my first year Thai teacher.
Nice. She was one of my first acro teachers as well.
Yeah, she's a big acro.
Yeah, many years ago I went to and did a workshop with her at Kripalu in
Yeah.
Massachusetts.
That's where I'm from. But I live on Cape Cod.
Change the angle under your arms, like open them more.
I've mentioned her name to a few people and they're like, who? It's really dark in here.
Yeah, I feel comfortable on the bottom, so you can try to change here. Wow.
Try the other one.
See?
More room for your hands because I'm going to half. No, higher. Okay. Arch your feet there.
Don't sit down.
So it can be like these ones are bent legs, so it would be more like the sacrum here, and then it's just straight in your legs.
How does it feel, Caroline?
I feel like she's sitting on my scalp.
Okay, so you should maybe get further.
He's so tall that when yourself just when the there's one
When your quads turn into not lines, that's when you feel it.
How does that feel?
Yeah.
Good? Yeah. So it's just very different with him because he's so tall and straight. It was
very pony.
your size. It was kind of like a love bird.
Yeah, it's fine. I didn't feel it either.
I didn't know how to.
Yeah, I was trying. At the end, I was able to kind of give you a little bit of getting into it.
Yeah, does that feel the same? Yeah, great. You did it. Well, no, that was not correct. You were with your scalp down. You were in your sacrum. Your head was in the air. If you're very tall, for example, with him, also like his sacrum is more than this shoulder. Yeah. But can you still get the direction? Yeah. As long as you get the direction right, that's the key. Sacrum cannot be on my outside. Yeah, the proportion sometimes just doesn't see well. He's quite long, longer.
Maybe I'll try the other one.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice view of it.
Sit down, so it's like a minute, sit down.
All right, come take a look. I'll show you the next one. So I was thinking to maybe carry on in this direction. There's lots more. Really right here the whole time. She's doing great. Yeah? So as a flyer, you want to have constant weight in your hands. You can take a break. It's kind of similar, not the same, as this, as a headstand. So there's weight in my hands. There's no moment of, oh no, oh wait, no wait, because I would be falling that way. So this is sort of like your safety net of knowing where your body is in space. But if you did accidentally fall, your spotter is there to stop you. Questions, concerns? Great. Find a group of 3 with people that you feel comfortable helping and taking their weight. Yeah, if you're this big and someone's this big, maybe not so great.
¿Quieres que te haga de más opinión?
I can be reversed. Give me a spot. I'm trying to do.
Hands work here.
Just going.
Right on the knees, yeah. Sorry, I forgot to really see half like what's going on. And then, yeah, your shoulder rest here.
Here's the other there.
Yep, you will.
2 spotters.
Your feet a bit tilted here.
Great, a little more. Super. Amazing.
I'll do it.
And see what happens if you put your elbows in. You just get a little more connected there? Yeah. Super, great.
Good.
Well, I'll show you next time. Yeah. Great, right, so I'll just elbows in a tiny bit. Yeah. No, don't touch me.
Okay, Jesus.
Be careful not to squeeze your head.
You're trying to be
I was making sure that I wasn't going to squeeze you.
It's okay. Like, you're holding on to the ears, but between your
And the elbows together a little bit to give you more sensation of that, right? And the feet could go back a tiny bit more to the dark, scary side.
pushing my head back.
Quizás se puede un poco más.
Yeah, see. My
No, but I was still like this.
Wider.
I mean, straight out.
Yeah.
I go wider than.
Can you help me?
One?
Trying to land a balance where it's easier.
Yes.
Just when you try to get up and
I don't know if I go.
stable.
I'm going to bring
The in-between parts are challenging,
Pushing your arms
and then once you're
and
in
try by then.
the stack, it's much easier. Yeah.
Try to bring this thing.
Just come on down when you have a sec, guys. We continue with this, but I add on one more little piece. Some of you have gotten there already. You can see the look here. Of extending the legs up. I try not to show it all in one because I find people don't take the time to get the balance in that time. So now you can try again. And once you've got your balance, calmly and slowly working on extending the legs. But it was great to see that you all got upside down and got balance there before getting taller. So let's continue with this, but you've got your option of extending the legs up now if you want.
Go for it. I'm here.
It's a little hot. It's a little hot. It took everything in. Like this.
No, you don't.
I think so.
My hands are
Up to you. Pretty above your back flashes for me. Okay.
Walk your feet closer, walk your feet closer. Yes. And see if you can jump off both of them at the same time. With a tree.
That's for a very long time.
Is that very cool?
It seemed like you were actually a little too far. Yeah.
Okay.
You're playing it safe.
Yeah.
In.
A little more this way.
And your core.
If I'm thinking
I need to do it. My legs above your shoulders.
Yeah. Not making up names. No.
Shook you up. I shook you up.
No, because of this.
Sorrow's crumbling. I have this cramp in my arm.
So,
Too much weight for her. Good stuff.
So put your weight into your shoulders. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, good. I'm here, so you can go.
And then just the feet back a little bit more. Yeah. Yeah. Super. Well, right, last one.
Yeah, okay. Right there. I'm coming.
Doesn't really matter. They all go
Down.
Here's the one that you're asking, right?
What do you think?
Jump.
And also,
Yeah.
you try your
Nice.
I just don't see you to drop. It's close to the edge of the knees. I'm putting my toes.
Which one are you
And
trying
I'm
to do?
leaning.
Just stay on that.
But you could also
Yeah,
raise it.
That's what I did.
But it's really me pushing from the hands
Right.
makes her
Space as
strong
well.
here.
Okay.
I see
No,
the
it's
base.
my arm.
She's hurt. Pushing
So there's no other combination. This
All right, guys. Come take a look from over here would be your best angle.
I was getting ready to.
You get that. I'm going to be lying down and I'm checking for my flyer's feet. I want to be able to reach them. And then my feet are half on her belly, half on her legs. So my heels somewhere on the legs and my toes somewhere on the belly, more or less.
My
you know
shadows.
That bony hip point, the ASIS. That part is more or less around this part of my foot. And I like to put my toes in a little bit and my heels out because inevitably they'll slide a little bit as we get picked up. She's just going to give me her weight for now as a plank. She stays super straight and she's going to lean into me with her hips. Yeah. And I just get a little bit of weight and I push it away and I get a little bit of weight. So okay, I know how that feels. We take hands. And now once I've got her weight, I just lift from my feet and bring my legs to 90. When my ankle is stacked over my knee, this is very easy, she's not heavy. If I'm here, ooh, it's a big stretch on my hamstrings. If I'm back here, ooh, it's a lot of work for my abdomen. So we want to find that effortless stacked position. So we'll have a spotter, and the spotter can also help us with those legs. Typically, most people end up here, and it's a legs back, legs back. If you're not so flexible, you're going to be here, and it's going to be a little work for your muscles, I'm sorry. Until you get the flexibility to have them straight at 90. Here, the weight goes through my bones, and it can be quite effortless. She's doing a fabulous job of lifting everything. So you feel the feet, you want to push your hips to the feet to lift your back and lift your heels as a flyer to be in that position that we call bird. On the pickup, I think someone noticed earlier, they said like, oh, the getting in part is a little bit tricky and wobbly, but once you're there, it's easy. Same thing. So as I go through picking her up, if I spend a long time here, I'm going to get tired fast. More or less as quickly as you can, try and get those legs to straight. And I often say this is sort of like a half cycle backwards. I come in to get her weight, and then I come up sort of leading with my heel to come to 90. I'll show it one more time. I can touch her feet. She pushes her hips to my hands. I receive her weight, and then I push it straight up. And it's heavy for that one moment, but the sooner I get straight, the easier it is. Great. And I'll show the spotting. Can I borrow you again? You mind to base? So it's the flyer's head that I'm worried about here. If she comes this way, she'll land on her feet. I don't want her to land anywhere else over here with this beautiful part of her. So a few different, whatever you feel most comfortable with in your body. I could have one arm here, hand at her arm, and one here. If she fell that way, I would just pull them back over. If this somehow went down, I could stop her here. So however you feel confident from protecting the head from the fall. Great. Nice. Give that a try, bird.
Touch your feet.
I would go toes in, heels out a little bit. If you want a little challenge, you can play with taking something away. Maybe both hands, maybe one front. Yeah.
That's it. Wave the arms.
Straighten your arms, straighten your arms.
Very nice. This could go back a tiny bit, but not much. Yeah, somewhere around there.
Create your back bend. Straighten your arms. Make
It's
sure
okay.
your hands are above you.
You guys are pros.
Wait till you
I
get
used
in.
to work with Stanley.
Breathe.
I know the name. You live in Montreal? Yeah, you should buy them Montreal. Yeah. We talked on Facebook for this.
Very good. Keep your hands. You need to
You need to keep your hands.
so she can always come back to your hand.
Alright,
This
you
hand
gotta
is
sit up.
Okay. Keep your back bend. Slowly, slowly.
Voilà.
Breathe. Very good.
Are you just testing your weight now? As much as you can, try and stay more on. Exactly. This will be a little yeah, great. And then can you push your hips down into her to lift your feet up? Yeah, great. Super. And then try to I just go like this. Yeah. It takes some time for the balance to be learned. One thing that I found helpful, it doesn't work for everybody, but a lot of people, as you're there, imagine a very slight internal rotation of your upper thighs. I find that sometimes grounds the femur bones. That's great. I also think about using your whole foot, like that it fits onto his body and can really balance him with the toes as well.
I would like your heels to be slightly more in. Yeah. Better.
Try and get the legs straight as well as soon as you can.
Because now I cannot let go. So heel out, sorry. And the leg on this side needs to be like
That looks solid.
2 millimeters more to the
Out.
better out.
How you feeling?
Also your knees. Yeah, but okay.
Doesn't his arms have to be straight?
I cannot let go.
No,
Can you toes? Keep your legs above the
Sentí que
hips.
tenía un pie más hacia tu ombligo y el otro más abierto. Estaba súper bien.
Your back. My back? Yeah, because I didn't get the right pressure.
All right, guys. Let's come on in for a second. So what do you do? Like in centimeters. So there's much more. We've got a bit more time left, and I'm just wondering what direction to go. There's transitions from this to other positions. There's other positions. There's more therapeutic stuff where the flyer would be passive, let's say in a back bend, in a position where you could work some of your massage stuff. But we could also keep it more acrobatic, and I'm totally open to any requests or wishes in any direction.
Let's integrate one with massage.
Yeah? Yeah, any other
Yeah,
That looks like you got
I
it.
think that's
Yeah.
it. Yeah, it's fast.
That's brown, make it look